Today is the day you will lose fat. Come see Dr. T at NJ Diet.
Easiest diet I've ever done. It's changed my life. Come see Dr. T.
Using blood work and DNA testing. 1-855-5NJ-DIET and NJDiet.com. Change your life in only 40 days with NJ Diet.
Nothing like starting off the 8 o'clock hour with the Spinners. And, of course, with the legendary Big Bed Bill O'Reilly from BillO'Reilly.com, where Mr. O'Reilly is killing it. He gets more eyeballs at BillO'Reilly.com than I think all the cable channels combined. It's just tremendous. And Bill O'Reilly's got a new book that's coming out. I don't know when. I'll ask him in a second, but the cover is out now. It's called The United States of Trump, How the President Really Sees America. It's a great cover. It's got a picture of Trump on it. And it's at our Facebook and Twitter page. Take a look at it, folks. And joining us right now is the aforementioned Bill O'Reilly. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, guys. You guys all right today?
Well, listen, I'm doing very well. My boy Sid, I think he's having stomach issues, so he's not here right this second.
So it's probably because he got nervous talking to me.
I have no doubt about it.
You know, I think that's what it is.
Listen, you are very intimidating, Bill O'Reilly. You realize that?
Yeah, I mean, when you're from Levittown, you know that. You're a Long Island guy. When I was growing up in the 50s, late 50s, early 60s, if you didn't swagger out of the house, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but I think it was your post-Levittown career and just your demeanor. I mean, you're very smart. You're 7 feet tall, and you're a legend. So people are, sometimes they shy away.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, listen, BillO'Reilly.com, again, the latest column, Donald Trump's Revenge, a great column, folks. You got to read it. And, of course, it's all about the fake news. And tell us about that, Bill.
Well, it's fascinating because Trump won. You know, it looks like the media had him just every single day for 2 years, and even longer if you go back to the campaign, just killing him on everything.
Yeah.
Every day is a new bombshell, and then the next day everybody forgets about the bombshell or whatever. But what Trump did, and this is the brilliance of Donald Trump, and I think I'm going to be able to point it out in the book without any fawning, because it's not a pro-Trump or anti-Trump, it's a history book. But the brilliance of Trump is he's able to get a theme, all right, whether it's Make America Great Again, or Little Marco, or Lion Ted. He's able to get a theme and then drive it into the national consciousness, which he did with fake news.
Right.
So it's Trump by himself against thousands of journalists, and Trump has succeeded in damaging the media industry in America almost beyond repair, while his job performance numbers pretty much stay steady at 45%. The press, when you read the column that I wrote, I cite all the recent polling, is now has the lowest respect of any institution in the country. It's collapsed in the court of public opinion, and it's because of Trump.
Yeah.
Fake news. This is a lie. Fake news. And I mean, it's just amazing to watch it.
You know, what's funny is you talk about Trump and all the nicknames, Bill. You know, you talk low energy, Jeb, throw that one in there too. And
Crying Chuck.
There you go. Now we got these, the Democrats. Beto O'Rourke jumps in last night, which is silly. He couldn't even beat Ted Cruz in his own state. But they'll have 17, 18 people, just like Trump had a couple of years ago. But I don't expect Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders or any one of them to have the type of personality that Donald Trump did. So the idea that this will be as entertaining as what we saw a couple of years ago may be overstated.
Well, you gotta look at it two ways. Beto O'Rourke, I'm going to do a big thing on him on BillO'Reilly.com tonight, and I'm going to tell my audience, look, here's who he is, here's what he wants to do for the country, and here's what separates him from the other 17 Democrats who want to be president. We're looking at him now. We're investigating, what he's done, what he wants to do. But this is good for Trump. If you are a Trump supporter, if you're a Republican and you believe that the Democrats would harm the nation if they get the White House, all of these people getting in is good for Trump. And the best thing that he could do now is stay out of it. Now, I don't know if he's capable of doing that.
But
way.
But you're so right. Yeah, these
You know,
people.
I mean, it's like every day, Mulaney, the chief of staff, should walk into his office and say, Mr. President, please don't say anything.
Dummy, up there you, huh?
Let them do it.
Right, and they're doing a great job with this.
Well, they're going to have to go after each other. You have to, because you have to distinguish yourself in Iowa and New Hampshire. And if you really are a player. And look, some of them are. And I mean, like Kirsten Gillibrand, the senator from New York, has no chance.
No.
She knows it. She has no money, no organization. I don't know why. Is she bored in Washington? It's not possible.
She just
Can't do it.
doesn't have a lot of smarts either, from of judging from some of the interviews. But getting back to the media, Bill O'Reilly, this lawsuit filed by Lynn Wood, who represented Richard Jewell back in the day and successfully sued the media over slander. Now he's representing this kid, this Covington High School kid. The media's been taking it on the chin here for the last couple of weeks.
This is the most important media case in modern history. CNN is in colossal trouble. AT&T just took over CNN from Time Warner. AT&T is not the same corporation. They don't want any of this. So you're going to, number one, see changes at CNN. You will. Wood knows that if he gets this into a courtroom in Kentucky, where regular folks are watching and listening to the brutal battering this 16-year-old boy took, that it's not going to be $250 million. It'll be $500 million. Okay? And if CNN, and I don't think they could possibly bring this in, they'll settle. And they'll settle for north of $100 million. Because if they bring it in, then Wood gets to depose Zucker and all of the brass, and it will be exposed that there's no control over what these people say, no honesty, no attempt to find the truth. It'll destroy the entire organization.
Right.
So if you are someone who's aware of the media and aware of where we are in America today, AT&T, I mean, they've got to be going, what did we buy? What did we get into? Because there's no way CNN wins this.
No.
And Washington Post, too.
Same thing, yes. And there are others to come as well, some individuals also.
I don't know if he's going to go after Alyssa Milano, but I'd like to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that woman is the head witch hunter and has damaged so many people and doesn't believe in due process. And Carey, the former comedian, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
He's another guy who brutalized the teenager. And, I mean, these people are sitting out in Los Angeles. What do they know? They don't know anything.
No.
So I don't think Wood's going to go after them because it makes them martyrs in the progressive community. He'll concentrate on the corporations.
The great Bill O'Reilly here on Bernie and Sid, as he is each and every Thursday, always great. So the biggest story in the country today is this college scam thing. And maybe it's because, like you, Bill, I'm a sports fanatic, enthusiast. I see things like this with athletes at colleges all the time. Maybe I'm a bit cynical as I'm getting older. But I didn't experience the shock and awe that these, Lori Loughlin from Full House or somebody else paid money to put their kids in a better situation. I didn't. I mean, the country is obviously caught up in this story, but for me, it's like, I don't know, athletes do stuff like this all the time.
I feel bad for the kids, and I know they're being portrayed as spoiled, and they probably are, children of privilege, but their lives are altered forever. And I don't like the glee of the reportage. Yes, the families that did this knew they were cheating, got caught, and they will pay a price. And I'm very glad that the FBI put together the case to send a message to our society that, yes, we're all narcissistic now, but no, you can't cheat and lie and steal. And if you do, and we catch you like Paul Manafort, you're going to be punished harshly. That message is worthy. But I don't like the glee of, Lori Loughlin's family is destroyed, and Bill Macy, who's a decent guy, by the way, their families are destroyed. Ha, ha, ha. And if you read the coverage, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Yes, they did wrong things. Yes, they should pay a price. But are we happy about this? Does this make us feel good? If it does, there's something wrong with you.
Well, except that you can feel anger at the kids who were displaced and shut out because of what they did. I mean, that's fair.
Listen, that's justice. And justice should be served.
Right.
Because there were kids who were denied places in colleges because their parents cheated. And so kids who shouldn't have got in did, and other kids were shut out, as Bernie rightly says. And that's justice. We can't allow it. But when people are destroyed, when their lives are destroyed, and children get hurt, I don't think that's cause for celebration.
No, it's not.
You're right about that.
Last one, we'd be remiss not to go here with you, being you're one of the finest guests ever in the one-year history of Sid Sports Sunday here on WABC. And you're great with sports. Maybe you weren't shocked about the college story, but you had to be shocked, because you're a Giant fan, too, when you found out the Giants dealt Beckham to the Browns, yes?
Yeah, I was surprised, but it's all about chemistry. And, look, the Mara family, which pretty much controls the Giant franchise, very conservative crew. And they understood that if they're going to treat one player differently than all the other players, they're never going to have harmony on the team. Ever. They needed a safety. They got a decent safety and two pretty good picks. Plus, they got, all that money off the books. I would have made the deal. Because Schumer isn't the kind of coach that can handle an Odell Beckham. He can't. He's a straight-down button guy who doesn't want confrontation in the locker room. And Beckham knows that. So Beckham knows that he could do anything he wanted. And this guy, he's like Donald Trump. Odell's like Donald Trump. Yeah. He wants action, 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 controversy, controversy, controversy every second.
And he has blonde hair.
And it didn't fit in with the Giant personality. Now, if Al Davis had been the owner, the old Oakland Raider guy, it might have.
Right.
But not in the Giant hierarchy. No. And so that's why the deal was made.
How's that for versatility?
Bill O'Reilly,
a big Bill O'Reilly
baby,
goes from
best.
Trump to sports to the media to Odell Beckham Jr. and Inside. Unbelievable. Listen, the book is going to... When is the book coming out, Bill?
It's in September. We should have a release date within the next 2 weeks, but it'll be in September with a 1 million first run.
Well, we have a picture of the cover on our Facebook and Twitter site, The United States of Trump, How the President Really Sees America, by Bill O'Reilly. And go to BillO'Reilly.com. Read the column, folks. Donald Trump's Revenge by Bill O'Reilly. And just stay on the BillO'Reilly.com. It's fascinating. It's a wonderful site. Thank you, Bill O'Reilly, very much.
All right, guys. We'll talk next week. Thanks for having me in.
All right. Great job, as always, Bill O'Reilly. Still to come, our best feature of the week, Jill on the street, her chance to talk to New Yorkers, and they're not very bright. And then a couple of real heroic firefighters who can let their fists do the talking for a very good charity. They'll be live in studio next hour. Still lots more to come. Bernie and Sid on a Thursday.